Today I'm going to show you how to make delicious garlic focaccia. You'll be amazed at just how easy this bread comes together in just a few short hours. First, let's start with a bowl of 500 grams of lukewarm water. To this, add 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast. Add a teaspoon of honey. Give it a mix to allow the yeast to rehydrate for a few minutes. In a bowl, using a digital scale, measure out 550 grams of bread flour. Add 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. Now incorporate the wet ingredients with the dry. Use a rubber spatula to combine. This is a 90% hydrated dough. A high hydration dough promotes better fermentation, a more open crumb, which we love to see in focaccia, and it promotes a moister crumb. To calculate the hydration level, you simply take the weight of the water divided by the weight of the flour. This is always done in weight, not by volume. Because this is a wet dough, you don't need your hands to combine. The spatula works just peachy. We're going to be using some previously made garlic confit, which is basically just garlic cloves cooked low and slow in olive oil and aromatics. We're going to use the garlic and the oil for this focaccia recipe. Add 1 tablespoon of the garlic olive oil to the dough. Use the oil to clean and scrape down the sides of the bowl. Cover the dough with a moist towel or plastic wrap and put it in a warm environment for about 30 minutes. I like to put it in the oven with the light on. After 30 minutes, we're going to do our first set of stretch and folds. Make sure your hand is wet so that the dough does not stick to your fingers. Pick up one side of the dough, stretch it gently without tearing the dough, and fold it over to the center. Then rotate slightly and grab another side and repeat. Keep going until all sides of the dough have been stretched and folded. Cover the dough back up and let it rest for another 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you're going to repeat the stretch and fold process. Cover the dough and put it back in the warm environment for yet another 30 minutes. Then we're going to do our final stretch and fold. Cover the dough back up, but this time we're going to put it in the warm environment for 1 whole hour. It's very tired after all of this work. After an hour, it should rise significantly like this. It should also be very jiggly. We're going to turn the dough out into a baking pan that's been oiled up generously with olive oil. Use your fingers to dimple the dough, but really, you're spreading the dough out to cover the whole pan. Allow this to rise 1 more hour. After 40 minutes into your 1 whole hour, make sure to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit so that it's nice and toasty, ready for you. When the dough is finished rising, spoon some garlic oil over the top. Dimple the dough yet once again using your fingers. Top it with the garlic confit, a little bit of kosher salt, and the herbs that I've chosen today are herbes de Provence. This goes into the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. We're cooking for color here. Now look at this thing of beauty. Normally I would say wait for at least a half an hour before cutting into the focaccia, but for the sake of this video, ain't nobody got time for that. Check out this beautiful open crumb. I love how the garlic oil seeped into some of that open crumb. This is going to make an amazing sandwich. Now go get baking.